The Parable of the Talents. My family is not a believing household, so I faced many challenges while attending seminary and graduate school. After 4 years of undergraduate studies and 3 years in graduate school, I finally became a pastor, but not without spending another 3 to 4 years working various part-time jobs and occupations to pay for my tuition. At one point, I had to work for a year at a company delivering fabric to a school uniform manufacturer to earn my tuition. During that time, drivers were given a set operating allowance each month, which covered fuel costs for the vehicle and meals for 2 people. At the end of each month, we always had to settle accounts and replenish the necessary funds to continue our work. However, expenses were not always consistent. Sometimes they were less, sometimes more. Every time I had to settle the accounts with the accountant at the end of the month, I felt a strange sense of burden. Even though the person handling the money wasn't spending their own funds, they seemed somewhat uncomfortable whenever the expenses exceeded the usual amount. Of course, no one was watching over us, and the company owner was an uncle-like figure to me, so there was no real need to feel uneasy, yet I always did feel a sense of guilt. In the same way, there will come a time when believers, too, must settle accounts for what has been entrusted to us, just like an end-of-month accounting. As recorded in Scripture, there will certainly be a time when the Lord, who has entrusted us with talents, will ask for an accounting of them. Why does the Lord give us talents and then call for an account of them? Perhaps the talents are not just skills or abilities given to us. If we think more deeply, those talents are the very life of the Lord, given to us to set us free. In other words, the gospel, gained through the sacrifice of his life, is the talent entrusted to us. That is why the Lord will settle accounts with us when he returns. It is not simply a matter of taking back the abilities he gave us. What he has given us is the gospel, imparted through his life, and we are entrusted with the power of this gospel. Therefore, when the Lord comes to settle accounts with us, we will have no excuse, even if we are rebuked. We must realize that when the Lord resurrected and left this earth, what he entrusted to us was not mere talents or abilities, but the gospel. And we must keep in mind that there will certainly be an accounting on the day the Lord returns, for the talent entrusted to us is the gospel, the very gospel purchased with the Lord's blood, given through his sacrificed life.
구독, 좋아요, 알림 설정 해주세요. Subscribe, like, set notifications.